Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking reading. Today is Thursday the 23rd of April. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and supporting me. It's something I look at every day and I think, wow, it's just been such an incredible journey. Just a reminder that I'm going to do a Facebook Live this Sunday at 9 AM Australian time. If you're interested, you can whip over and like my page at the Aussie Goddess. What have I done here? That's right. And I'll start a competition up again next week for a free reading. What else was I going to say? If you are interested in a private reading, I rarely talk about private readings on here. I always feel that if people are going to find their way to me, they will. My charges and everything are all up on my website at www.theaussiegoddess.com. And you can choose what fits with your budget, but also, you know, if you're overseas, you have to allow me to have the time to organise a suitable time for us both. Because obviously in, say, for the United States, there's a lot of different time zones, and sometimes I have to do the readings on a weekend because the time zones are quite extensive, so some 14 to 17 hours in some places. Please remember, if you do order a reading from me, your payment has to clear before I can go ahead and do the reading, so just keep that in mind. I think that's everything I wanted to say this morning. All right, I'm going to use the Black and Gold Tarot here. I was called to use this today, so. Okay, all right, nice. Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles coming straight out. The Ten of Pentacles is a beautiful card because it talks about riches. Sometimes this can be money coming through for you. Sometimes it can be an inheritance. But sometimes it's not actually like physical money. It's just richness in other areas. It's sort of like, you know, a richness of happiness within your family, your home and everything else. Generally is quite a tangible thing. So it is something you can touch but or feel. But it's certainly a time and a place where you're feeling really comfortable with what you have, what you own, you know, what's within reach for you. I have the Knight of Wands coming in here. So this is Leo, Sag or Aries. It's some sort of message that's coming in, some sort of notification, news. It generally, with a knight, we're talking about somebody taking action on something here. Somebody who's very passionate and driven to bring some news to you. Somebody who sees you as their abundance. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords here. So somebody's got something to say. This could create some conflict around you here, but the truth has to be told. And this person who's coming towards you needs to speak the truth. And it's to do with how they feel about you, because they feel very abundant about you. Why it's going to create conflict, we'll probably find out when I get into the reading, but there's some sort of conflict around this. So maybe you weren't expecting this person to come in or this person to say how they felt, but something here is being said that is a truth. So this person's being sort of, I guess, encouraged by the universe to speak their piece. So for some of you, this can create some sort of discord, some aggravation. Whatever this is something to do with money. So you could have someone who's got some sort of beef with you about money or property. You could certainly be dealing with someone who is wanting money and you're going to say no here. But there's somebody coming in to speak a truth about something. And I feel like somehow or another it's causing some sort of conflict. So let's have a good look. Okay, that's a nice sign because you've got the Nine of Cups coming straight up. And the Nine of Cups is the wish card. So there's some sort of wish coming true here. Something perhaps you've been waiting for. This person, look at him. He's sitting there, he knows it's coming. He's got his arms folded, he's waiting. And he's really sure of himself. So he knew this was coming, whatever it was. He's expecting it. He's waiting. She's waiting. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups here. Somebody's been waiting for you to walk away from something and come towards them. Or somebody's been waiting for somebody to walk away from something and come towards them. They're offering them the extra cup. Because we have the Nine of Cups here and the Eight of Cups here with the person walking away. So this person here knows you're bringing that extra cup. Or whoever's coming in is bringing the cup for them. The cup of love. They're waiting on it. They see this person moving. And they look how smug they are. Okay, very interesting. Okay, then we have the Five of Cups. So I would guess there's a lot of you here dealing with water signs because we have 3 cups cards out on the table. This is the card of the past. So the Six of Cups is a card that talks of, and I think I said it was the Six of Cups. It's a card of nostalgia, remembering. It's also the card of the past returning. It's also the card of dealing with children or childhood issues. I feel that you've been waiting for someone to sort something out about their past in regards to perhaps family or children. And you've been either waiting for them to return or waiting for them to come in. So you could have already had conversations with this person about some sort of relationship or situation or something moving forward, because you look like you've been waiting for this person to either return or come to you. With the Six of Cups here, I'd say there's a very good indication this person, you know this person from your past. You may not necessarily have had a relationship with them, but this person had other family issues to attend to. But there also feels like maybe one or both of you had childhood issues to deal with as well. So maybe there's been a lapse in time. This is why you were sort of sitting waiting for this person to return. Oh, look at this. Nine of Pentacles. So it looks like you've done a lot of work on yourself here. Or this other person's done a lot of work on themselves. There's been a lot of emotions go under the bridge here. It's a lot to do with childhood, working through childhood issues, but the emotions moved now. It's sort of passed under the bridge. You're feeling, or this person is feeling very, very self-sufficient. Could also be dealing with someone who's walked away from a relationship, who is now single, or has moved away from some sort of commitment here to come towards you. But they're definitely looking like they're feeling whole again. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles here. So for some of you, as I said before, this could have taken some time. This person's been planning an approach, planning a way to come back, putting a lot of thought into how to offer some sort of relationship to you, some sort of apology, some sort of offer of a situation here. But they've been thinking very hard and long about it. They're pretty beaten up too. They're wearing armor, so I think they've been through a bit of a hard time. Somebody wants to build. Somebody may want to offer a relationship, a marriage, a commitment. For others of you here, this may be returning money to you that's been borrowed or owed to you. And somebody may have spent time thinking about, you may have had a breakdown in the relationship you have with them over some sort of money issue. But I'm feeling like they're in the position now to offer this back to you. Okay, so we have the Hierophant here. So for some of you, this is definitely an offer of marriage. Definitely an offer of long-term commitment. For others of you, this person may have come into money through another source, and that is why they're able to offer it back to you. They could have got a payment through work or some sort of financial assistance through something else, because they've got this money now. They're in this position to be able to offer something to you. For others of you, this may be a relationship that a person needed to work on their own security or stability before they came forward. So if they walked away from a relationship, there may have been a lot of loose ends, for example, to tie up before they left. But they are feeling very stable now and ready. Okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles coming out here. It's very interesting reading, actually, because at this stage, all I have on the table is Cups and Pentacles. So there's a lot of love here, a lot of emotion, but there's also a very strong financial feel to this. So I really feel you've got someone who maybe didn't feel that they could come forward until now because they didn't feel that they had the resources to do that. Somebody's been working on their resources, but that would make sense. If they've walked away from another situation, they would have to probably work out some sort of settlement here, some sort of financial agreement. But this person's definitely walked away from a marriage or a long-term commitment for some of you. Okay, another pentacle. Look at this. Eight of Pentacles. Someone feels confident enough now to put the work in. This is really interesting. It's like stepping through it. It's like they're showing me the steps that this person has had to take to move towards you. I'm really interested. And then we have the Four of Swords. Okay. The timing isn't quite right yet. The timing isn't quite here. What I have here is a situation where somebody is coming in and you can rest assured they're on their way. So there's this like promise from the universe that you are right. They are on their way back to you. Whether this is someone that owes them money, some sort of financial obligation, there is something coming through for you here. But what I want you to know is that the timing just isn't quite right yet. So it's like the universe is giving you an idea of what's coming in the future to support what you're feeling or thinking. Somehow or another, this person's got themselves into a better situation, but they may be waiting on some sort of settlement or some sort of finalization of things here. Okay, so somebody definitely waiting on a settlement, money to come, a promise of money, but the money is definitely here. I feel like they're on their way back. They may want to speak to you, to apologize. To be clear about this, there may be some conflict here. So when I talk of conflict, it could be their own conflict about coming forward after such a long period of time. Maybe you haven't been speaking with this person in the meantime. This person may have been keeping an eye on you though. But maybe you've been in a situation where you haven't been talking. But someone here now needs to be truthful about what's going on, what's been happening. They're going to let you know what's been happening once they come forward. But if they've had no contact with you in the meantime, you might have started to think they weren't going to come back or they weren't going to return. And the universe says, yes, whatever this situation is for you, it is going to come to resolution. The timing isn't quite right yet. There's still some waiting to be done because the final outcome here isn't yet resolved. Now, it could be that this is still in a court. It could be that this person's waiting for payment from a large organization or a workplace. They could have had some sort of payout from somebody here. But whatever it is, they've got the finances now either to pay you back and put this Nine of Cups back where it should be. But whatever it is, whether they've walked away from another workplace or a relationship, they are ready to come forward. And the universe is just saying here, you know this to be true, but it's just not quite where it needs to be. The Seven of Pentacles always talks about, taking time, having patience, waiting for something to happen. The Eight of Pentacles says it's currently happening. Somebody's still working towards it. With the Four of Swords here, I feel like the time is just this person is still waiting. And they're doing their best to wait too. So it's obviously, something that may be causing them conflict, waiting for the right time to come forward. Okay, I have the Judgment card coming out with the Six of Swords. So there you go. That clarifies the four. So we have someone who's moving away from something here. They are moving away. They are moving away from something, never to return. And the Judgment card talks about rebirth, restarts, renewals. coming back from the dead, rebirthing the phoenix. So definitely is on its way, whatever you're waiting for here. It is moving, even if you're thinking it's not. Or if you haven't heard anything, you may well think that it's done. But I'm here to tell you it is not done. Okay. So I have the Ringmaster of Scrutiny coming out here. Let's get the book out. It's card number 9. Okay. The main themes of the card are discernment, clear vision, details. The Ringmaster of Scrutiny is all about the details. Look closely and pay attention to the smallest elements of what's being presented to you on your path. It's in these details, not the broad strokes, that you'll find the breathtaking beauty and perfection in what you observe. This ally is on your side to point to the deepest meanings of what unfolds in your life, and he reminds you that every moment counts. Staying present in the perfect moment, observing the minute things, leads you to manifest your highest good and greatest desires, living in the moment. Grand gestures are for other times. It's the smallest act that really counts now. Don't be thinking about the future. Don't be focusing on the future. Don't be trying to push an outcome. Don't be focused on the past. Don't leave your energies in the past. This is talking about you living in the moment. It helps you manifest. Rightio. Have a great day.